Okay, a very good morning, children. Children, in the previous class, we were discussing about remainder theorem. Okay, the proof of remainder theorem and some problems on remainder theorem also I have discussed in the previous class. Okay, today let us discuss the next part of this chapter, polynomial, which is your factor theorem. So, what is factor theorem? In order to understand what is factor, you see, actually it is a direct application of the remainder theorem. So, in remainder theorem, what I said, let us recall. In remainder theorem, I said if p of x is any polynomial whose degree is either greater than or equal to 1 and it is divided by a linear polynomial, say x minus a, linear polynomial, say x minus a, then the remainder is always p of a, r equal to p of a. You see, this was our point of discussion in remainder theorem. If p of x is any polynomial whose degree is either greater than or equal to 1 and if it is divided by a linear polynomial x minus a for some real number a, then the remainder will always be p of a. Okay. Then what does factor theorem say? Its proof also we had done in the previous class. Now what does factor theorem say? You see, factor, children, you know, suppose I ask you, if I ask you 6 divided by 2, let us consider the division of 6 by 2. If 6 divided by 2 gives remainder 0, you see, if we get a 0 remainder on dividing 6 by 2, then what we say? We say that 2 is a factor of 6. See children, if 6 divided by 2 gives a 0 remainder, then we say that 2 is a factor of 6 or 6 is a multiple of what? 2. But had the remainder not been 0, suppose the remainder is not 0. If the remainder is not 0, will we say that 2 is a factor of 6? The answer is clearly no. So similar is the case in case of factor theorem. So what factor theorem says? You see, factor theorem says that, you see, if this is the remainder, if p of a, you see, what does this theorem say? It has two parts. If, you see, what is the first part of this theorem? The first part of this theorem is, if remainder, if p of a, which is the remainder, if p of a is 0, that means if the remainder is 0, then this x minus a, you see, then x minus a is a factor. Whose factor? Factor of p of x, you see. That means, factor theorem says, you see, remainder theorem says that if p of x divided by x minus a, then the remainder is what? P of a. Now, as I told you, if this p of a is 0, that means if remainder is 0, then this divisor x minus a will be no doubt a factor of what? P of x. Then what is the other part? You see, the other part, it is just the converse. It is just the converse. What is the converse? The converse is, if x minus a, you see, if x minus a is a factor of p of x. I am discussing the statement of factor theorem. Factor theorem has two parts. This is the first part. If p of a equal to 0 means if remainder is 0, then x minus a is a factor of the given polynomial p of x, okay, whose degree is either greater than or equal to 1. And what is the second part? The second part is, if it is the converse. It is the converse of the first part. If p of a is 0, then x minus a is a factor of p of x. What is the converse? The converse is, if x minus a is a factor of p of x, then the remainder p of a must be equal to 0. You see, these are the two parts. These are the two parts, I mean the statement of factor theorem. Actually, the proof is not necessary at this stage. We will simply apply the concept of what? Factor theorem to problems. How will we apply that? I will discuss now. Okay children, I discussed what is remainder theorem, what is factor theorem. Okay. Now the point is, where do we find application of remainder theorem and factor theorem? As I told you in the previous class, remainder theorem we generally use what? For what purpose? To find the remainder without long division. To find the remainder without long division process. We can do so only by using what? Remainder theorem. I had given few examples also yesterday in the previous class. Now, where will we apply? You see, factor theorem. Factor theorem is particularly applied in the factorization of algebraic expression. Okay, any degree polynomial. See children, we can factorize any degree polynomial. We can factorize any degree, second degree, third degree, fourth degree, any degree polynomial using factor theorem. These two are very, very important from what? From the viewpoint of factorization of algebraic expressions or polynomials. Any degree polynomial can be factorized using what? Factor theorem. Let us see how to factorize a polynomial using factor theorem. I am giving one example so that you will understand it better. Okay. Suppose you are given, you see. Let us take one example. Let us take one example where we find the application of factor theorem in factorizing a polynomial, any degree polynomial. Suppose you are given a polynomial in variable y, you see. Suppose you are given a polynomial in variable y square minus 5y plus 6. See children, this is a polynomial, quadratic polynomial, degree is 2. Any degree polynomial we can factorize using the concept of what? Factor theorem. That is why factor theorem is very, very important. Okay. So, let us see how to factorize this quadratic polynomial using factor theorem. You see, using factor theorem. Using factor theorem, how you factorize this one? This is the question. Okay. So, what are the steps? As I told you, the main application of factor theorem is it is used in the factorization of polynomial, any degree polynomial. I am just trying to give you one example to make you understand what are the steps, how to factorize any degree polynomial using factor theorem. Okay. So, let us consider this quadratic polynomial and try to factorize it. Okay. So, what is the first step you see? In order to factorize this quadratic polynomial using factor theorem, what is the first step? The first step is, look at children, see the constant term. Here the constant term is, you see, the constant is 6. Okay. Now first you find which is the constant term. Okay. Then find all the factors of the constant term. You see. Find factors of 6. So what are the factors of 6? You know very well. So it is plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3 and plus minus 6. That means it may be plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 6 or minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 6. These are the factors of the constant, that is 6 in this particular question. Okay. So, after finding all the factors of the constant, what is the next step? The next step is each value, you see, for each value, for plus 1, minus 1, for plus 2, minus 2, for plus 3, minus 3, like this. You have to test and find for what value of y, these are the values of y, you see. For what values of these factors, the value of the polynomial is 0. That means you see, now take y equal to 1. What is the next step? The next step is you take y equal to 1. You see, these are the factors of the constant. So first take the positive value, positive factor of 6, that is 1. Okay, first factor. So for y equal to 1, find out p of 1. Here you put 1, so that you will get the value. It is 1 square minus 5 into 1 plus 6. You see, it is 1 plus 6 minus 5. It is 2 and it is not equal to 0. Is it equal to 0? See children, by putting y equal to 1, taking this one. For y equal to 1, p of 1 is not 0. Okay. So now test the next one. Next. So take y equal to minus 1. Okay. So for p, y equal to minus 1, find out p minus 1, p of minus 1. That means what is the value of this polynomial? For y equal to minus 1, you find out. It is minus 1 square minus 5 into, in place of y you put minus 1 plus 6, you see. Okay. So this will be your 1 minus minus plus 6 plus 5, this is 6, 5, it is 12 and again it is not equal to 0. Okay. So like this you have to test and find where the value of the polynomial is coming 0. Okay, then only we can apply factor theorem, otherwise we cannot apply. See, so for y equal to 1 and y equal to minus 1, we found that p of 1 is not 0 and p of minus 1 is also not 0. Now let us take the what? Next value. Okay, so suppose y equal to 2 you take and find out p of 2. Find out what is the value of this polynomial for y equal to 2. So it is 2 square minus 5 into 2 plus 6. You see, 2 square is 4, 4 plus 6, this is minus 10. See children, it is 0 now. Now look at, it has come 0, see, it has come 0. That means what we saw? We saw that for y equal to 2, p of 2 is coming 0, see. So what I said now, in factor theorem I said, you see, while discussing factor theorem I said, if p of a, you see, if p of a equal to 0, then x minus a is a what? Is a factor. Which factor? It is a factor of p of x. You see, this is the statement of factor theorem. If p of a is 0, then x minus a is a factor of p of x. Now look at here. If here p of 2 is 0, see. So if p of 2 is 0, therefore by factor theorem, you see. Therefore by factor theorem, since p of 2 is 0, x minus 2, because you see factor theorem says that if p of a is 0, p of a means it is the remainder. If p of a is 0, then x minus a is a factor of the given polynomial. So here we got p of 2 0. So since p of 2 is 0, therefore x minus 2 is a factor. Whose factor? It is a factor of p of y. You see, p of y means the given polynomial. Okay, so we got a factor of, we got one factor. You see, we got one factor. Okay, now how to get others? You see, since this is a quadratic polynomial, since the given polynomial is a quadratic, it will have maximum 2 linear factors. Okay, it will have maximum 2 linear factors. One linear factor we got. Okay, means one factor we got which is a linear polynomial x minus 2, y minus 2, not x. Here the variable is y. It is y minus 2. Y minus 2 is a factor of p of y, not x. Okay, we got one factor p, y minus 2. How to get the other factor? Now to get the other factor, what we will do? You see, to get the other factor, what we will do? There are still other values. You see, there are still other values. Minus 2, plus 3, minus 3, plus 6, minus 6. You can test. You can test for other values. Or the simple method will be, in my opinion, after getting, we got y minus 2, see, we got y minus 2 is a factor of p of y. Okay, we have to find another factor because it is a quadratic polynomial, means it will have 2 linear factors. One factor is obtained. How to get the other factor? To get the other factor, you can again test by taking these values. Or we can do another way. What is the other way? The other method is divide this polynomial. Since this is a factor, look at. Since y minus 2 is a factor of this, to obtain the other factor, what you will do? You divide this given polynomial by the first factor, you see. And you know division, you can easily find. Okay? You can easily find what is the other factor, provided the remainder is 0. Okay? Since y minus 2 is a factor of p of y, definitely p of y when divided by y minus 2 will give you 0 remainder. So let us see. Divide, you know how to divide. Put y square minus 2y. Change the sign. This thing I had discussed in the previous class. This y square cancel. It is minus 3y plus 6. Then again here it is minus 3. It is minus 3y. Minus 3 into minus 2 is plus 6. Change the sign. You see 0. Look at. So since y minus 2 is a factor of p of y, so p of y on dividing by y minus 2, on dividing p of y by y minus 2, the remainder is 0. See. Now what is the other factor? This is the second factor. This linear factor or this polynomial, linear polynomial is the other factor of this given quadratic polynomial or algebraic expression, whatever you say. So therefore, the complete factorization of this polynomial y square minus 5y plus 6 is equal to, this is one factor, there is another factor, y minus 2 and y minus 3. See children, in this particular problem, how did we find the factorization of this given quadratic polynomial? Here we did not use any identity. You see, we did not use any identity. We did not use the splitting the middle term factorization method. This can also be done by splitting the middle term, which you have already read in class 8. But here the question is to factorize by what? You are using factor theorem. So I use the factor theorem and find the factorization. So these are the steps. These are the steps to factorize any polynomial, any degree polynomial using factor theorem. Okay. So we will discuss more problems in the next class. I hope you understood, children. Thank you.